No one will notice. That's all of the voice actors switch in between. So let's just carry on.
Let me see. How accurately can I impersonate you, Mist? Is this pretty good?
I could
What the
do
hell?
I could do voice
My mic is playing feedback through itself.
I
Try to get
could
that
do
checked
voice
out.
of the hero if need be.
Yeah, sure.
As you see, with the if I left, then it would host lots more of problems. So I'm gonna try and stay, which means that I'll be prime material for swapping into someone else's character.
Oh, you're a volunteer.
Okay, voice of the perfectionist, take note. He will be prime material.
What?
Prime material.
But
mean-
now does anyone else have Does anyone else have any other objections?
Nope.
Very well.
I don't think so.
We shall begin. Chapter 2, the anima.
Awaken, Sir Knight. It is time for you to complete your mission, and this time you will do it right.
You yelled at me. Did I actually die? Was anything that happened even real? What happened to the princess? Did she escape? Continue. I'm not doing this again. I should just turn around the light. This shouldn't be possible. Didn't I just die?
Unfortunately, yes, Sir Knight, but it is not over. You still have your mission to fulfill, and I have every confidence that you can complete it correctly this time.
What are you talking about? You just killed us. Why would we ever do anything you wanted? Skeptic.
Wait, that's not me? Okay, cool, that's not me.
Prime.
Prime.
Prime is figuring out for prime numbers. They're busy.
Oh no, the mic.
Oh, not the mic.
Oh,
The Pale Queen decided I don't like voice of the skeptic, so I'm turning off his
Right,
microphone
turn.
privileges.
Moment.
you're
Brought in her sister, the tower.
Okay. Oh my god. I walked away and it screwed my audio settings. My bad.
Welcome back.
That's the right attitude. We can't afford to be manipulated again. Least of all by someone who murders her subjects on a whim. Now, more than ever, we need to keep our wits about us if we want to figure out what's really going on. Let's get to work.
Get to work! What are you talking about? We just died. Can't we have even a moment to recover?
What? Like take a nap? We're alive again. Somehow. Right as rain. Might as well make use of that fact, disconcerting as it is. Just one more mystery to solve.
Actually, I'd like to take a breather if we have that option. Right, time to figure out what's going on. Got any ideas? How the hell am I supposed to solve a mystery? I haven't got the slightest clue what's going on.
Best to take it one step at a time. Let's start by reviewing the information we have. First, we've just woken up on the path again. Same place we started. Second, according to our memories, which are quite spotty, we ended up dying previously thanks to Queenie stopping our heart. Third,
Are we really going to go through an entire bullet point list? I don't know about you, but I'd like a second to clear my head.
that's what I'm doing. Our thoughts are too jumbled after what just happened. We need to lay our thoughts out in an orderly manner so we can address each question one by one.
We can't just rationalize away our emotions. We're hurting. All of us.
We'll get over it. What matters is figuring out the truth such as whether or not any of this is even real. For all we know, everything that happened to us could have been an elaborate deception, or even a dream.
No, it doesn't matter if it's a dream or not. It felt real, so it is real.
Everything is real. Which means that you still have a very important quest to complete. If the princess is not dealt with, she will destroy everything we hold dear.
Okay, first off, I have so many questions.
Ask your questions if you must, Sir Knight. But know that we cannot dally here forever.
Okay. How can I trust you if you won't explain anything to me? Why did you kill me? I died last time, but now I'm right back where I started. How did that happen? How am I supposed to avoid dying? You know, other than you stopping my heart, obviously. Why is our time limited? The only reason I died last time was because of you. Is the princess really the one I should be worried about? How do you know she will destroy our kingdom? Why? Why do I have to do this? What is the princess? Where am I? Do I have to kill her? Isn't there some way to resolve things peacefully? Is any of this even real? Actually, never mind. Let's get with the car. Does it really matter if I complete this quest or not?
Only if you think saving our entire kingdom matters. In which case, yes, Sir Knight. I'd say your quest does matter.
But we don't even know if the supposed kingdom you speak of is real.
I'm sorry. Are your eyes not working? Or did you just happen to miss the giant wall surrounding this forest and the castle in the distance? Do you really think I just faked all of that?
I don't know. It's pretty empty for such a sprawling kingdom full of lives to save, don't you think? If we were to, say, walk over to the wall and tap it, would it fall over like a cardboard prop?
And what if it's solid stone? What if these lives you hold in obvious disregard are truly in danger? Are you prepared to risk throwing them all away on no more than a hunch?
Not a hunch. A growing pile of evidence that says you can't be trusted. And trust me when I say that pile is massive.
I died last time, but now I'm right back where I started. How did that happen?
You were lucky, Sir Knight. Despite what happened, I was able to bring you back. Do not count on it happening again.
It wasn't luck. Does any of this feel lucky to you?
Yeah, I'm not buying any of that either. You can't just gloss over the details like that. What happened?
What do you mean, what happened? I saved you. End of the story.
What? From death itself? I don't recall it being a common occurrence for living beings to just spring back to life after dying.
Nevertheless, it's what happened. Question it all you like, but there it is. The real question is, what would you do now that you've been given the second chance?
Okay, why did you kill me?
I really didn't want to have to do that. Nevertheless, I was left with no other option.
Funny, because I can think of quite a few other options besides kill my friend.
Friend?
I was being sarcastic, obviously. A real friend wouldn't have done that.
She does care about us. She didn't want to hurt us.
Well, she did. Quite a lot.
She was trying to salvage a situation that has spiraled out of her control, out of anyone's control. And now that a collapse has begun, she's desperately hoping we can prop up the crumbling foundation. She will find no salvation through us.
The defeatist attitude will get you nowhere. Stop talking like our kingdom has already been lost. You can do this, Sir Knight.
Provided our organs don't just randomly shut down for no reason. Murder psycho.
Alright, listen, I'm sorry for what I did, okay? But what was I supposed to do? Stand aside and allow you to doom our entire kingdom by freeing the princess? I'm sorry that it had to come to that. I really am. But ending your life was the only way I could salvage things. Believe me, if there were any other way to fix things, I would have done it. I care about you.
But how did how did killing me solve anything?
We were backed into a corner. The second chance you're experiencing is a contingency in case things became unsalvageable.
That doesn't make any sense. How does killing us fix anything?
It just can. And I reiterate once more, it was a final contingency. One that we cannot afford to resort to a second time.
The fact that killing her own trusted agent was anywhere on the contingency spread, to begin with, speaks volumes as to what kind of person she is.
And what are you implying with that?
Oh, nothing whatsoever. I think it's quite normal for trusted allies to plan ways to betray one another. All part of preparing those necessary contingencies.
Like it or not, it was necessary. Do not forget that you are the one who betrayed me first by trying to free the princess. I merely made the best of a catastrophic situation. I do not want to have a repeat of last time. So let's start over. Make things right, okay?
I don't think we can make anything right at this point. What has begun cannot be stopped. What is learned cannot be unlearned.
How can I trust you if you won't explain anything to me?
Look, I'm not going to pretend that it's an easy choice, but at the end of the day, whether or not you wish to trust me comes down to your decision alone. As much as I might want to, there is nothing I can do or say that will prove to you that I am worthy of your confidence. I'll only say that in spite of everything, I have not and will not give up on you.
We shouldn't fall for her flattery. Not after what she did.
It's not flattery. I do trust you.
But are we really worthy of it? We're not the heroes who can fix everything. Our last attempt is proof enough of that.
Are you saying we should have killed the princess?
No, I don't think it would have mattered what we chose either way. This mission was doomed from the start.
And how am I supposed to avoid dying? You know, other than you stopping my heart, obviously.
How many times do I have to apologize for that? It doesn't matter. You know what's at stake, Sir Knight. If you do not execute the princess and soon, then you'll have a lot more to worry about than a mere heart attack.
The only reason I died last time was because of you. Is the princess really the one I should be worried about?
Yes, she is. Do you really believe I would have resorted to to such drastic measures before had she not been an existential threat to everything we hold dear.
We still don't know if she really is a threat to anything. For all we know, there was another reason you killed us.
Well, there wasn't. I did what I did back then because I had no other choice. And if it truly comes to it, I will do it again.
You're afraid. You're desperately trying to control something you cannot. She's beyond our control.
We can control the situation if we take charge instead of giving up before we've even begun.
Denial will not help. It can only numb the pain for a while.
How do you know she will destroy your kingdom?
How many times do we have to address the same question?
Until you give us a satisfactory answer based on evidence, we're not dropping the subject.
But what answer could she give that would satisfy you? What evidence could she produce that we couldn't just as easily dismiss?
I don't know, something? Anything more than the nothing she's given us so far?
Well, do you have any evidence, woman?
Rude. I've already offered you all the evidence you should need. If you will not trust my word, then there is nothing more to be said.
Why do I have to do this?
Because you are the only one who can, Sir Knight.
But why? Surely we're not the only qualified knight in this totally real and not made up kingdom you insist we're protecting.
Is this a joke to you?
No, unless you count tragically comedic in a cosmic sort of sense. The idea that we of all people would be chosen for this task. We're the least qualified person I could think of. But then, is anyone worthy of this task?
I wonder the same thing. What am I?
I don't understand. What are you asking?
I'm not exactly sure either, but that's the problem, isn't it? We've not been certain about anything, least of all who we are.
So out with it, woman. What's our backstory? Our history? What are we physically?
Are we certain we want to know the answers to those questions?
I mean, I think we do?
Yes. Anything is better than being kept in the dark.
You are a little birdie. You are. That's all you need to know.
So you say,
It's the truth.
not the whole truth.
I.
Don't deny it. I can hear it in your tone. There's a lot you're concealing.
You shouldn't interrupt her. Not if you truly want to listen.
I'll be more inclined to listen if she speaks the truth.
Truth or not, she believes it. She needs us to be her knight, even if she knows deep down that we could never fulfill that role.
I don't know whether we want to be that or not. There's something appealing about being a knight, but like this, I just feel like a glorified executioner. It's wrong.
It's a noble thing to defend the defenseless, even if it means dispatching someone dangerous to do it.
I don't know. I guess we'll just have to go to the castle and find out.
Proceed to the castle.
It's probably for the better, to be honest. I don't think she's going to tell us anything else.
Agreed. Arguing further with her will just lead to more talking in circles. And we already know we can't take anything she says at face value.
I believe her, for what little that's worth.
Thank you. Though, I truly don't blame the other voices for their hesitancy, nor you for yours, Sir Knight. I know it must be hard, but I ask that you have faith in me, as I have in you. No matter what you or the others might think, I am on your side. Before you continue to the castle, I must ask that you brace yourself, Sir Knight. Things will not be the same as they were before. Be prepared.
And what exactly does that mean? Can you give anything specific?
My sight does not carry that far. I cannot tell you what awaits.
That, or you're being deliberately obtuse.
Please stop fighting her.
I'm not fighting her, I'm debating.
It all leads to the same thing. Broken hearts, broken bonds.
If she can't deal with her claims being challenged, then that's her problem. I'm not going to stop pursuing the truth just because it offends her.
Do you want the truth? Or do you just want to win an argument?
Those things aren't mutually exclusive. If I'm right, then I should win the argument.
What a sad, lonely existence you live.
Look, guys, can we stop with whatever this is? We haven't even gotten to the castle yet.
I'm not just gonna roll over to spare the feeling of the queen and her yes man. But, fine. Suppose there's no use in arguing with liars and idiots. They'll just drag you down and beat you with experience. Best to focus on what's important.
So what the heck happening here?
And
Perfect reaction of the Pale Queen. Just there.
That's canon now.
You're on a path in the. What the hell is that?
Dawn, may you please give us give us the credits for who made this wonderful piece of art?
This, like many of the interior castle pieces, was made by Cymbeline. Or Jambeline.
Praise Jambeline.
Another jam?
Yeah,
Everything
we
is jammed.
we just started doing that joke,
Server
and we
joke.
haven't gotten rid of the
Stop
joke
finding
yet.
My name's from a server joke. Love
Yep.
I'm
Yeah,
back.
little do you know that by having Jam in your name, you are giving your will to me. So just
Yeah,
letting
hey.
you know.
Apple Jam, the
the
prime jam,
original.
lays claim to our soul.
The original jab.
Damn,
Wait.
Jam
What
Prime.
happened was because there was also WWW Jam.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
the
Oh,
prime
he's not
jam.
on the server.
I was always curious about a Genesis.
Since the last time you entered our castle, there have been alterations. The stone walls, which once held firm, are now breaking down. Their seams being pulled apart by a growing network of tendrils.
Tendrils?
I think they're roots.
Or nerves.
Regardless, whatever the nature of this infestation, its source is no doubt the result of the princess and her destructive influence. The only way to restore order and end this nightmare once and for all is to execute her.
Will killing her fix anything? Or will it just hasten to destruction?
The structural integrity of this castle notwithstanding, I find it interesting that the Pale Queen immediately concluded these tendrils came from the princess. Why is she so confident in that assessment? What exactly is the princess?
A threat to our kingdom, like I have already said.
Tells us nothing.
As expected from her. Might as well get investigating. We should try examining these things more closely. They might hold important clues.
This place is already disintegrating. The walls are barely being held together by these threats. If we disturb them, everything might collapse around us. We should leave them alone. Give them some space.
Just be careful. At the far end, at the far end of the great hall, the iron door has been ripped off its hinges by the outgrowth of tendrils spreading far, spreading from the dungeon below. The key to the door is gone, either dropped down a hole or subsumed by the growing mass. Though given the state of the door, it is no longer needed. Not far from the fallen iron door is the table.
Can that really count as a table?
It's the pieces of one.
Oh, this one needs to be emphasized in italics.
Oh,
Sorry.
Say the word side.
Yeah.
sigh.
Sorry.
Did you say sigh out loud?
Amazing.
No, I didn't. Sigh.
No, I didn't. Wink.
Yes, the table has been dismantled. The individual segments disassembled from one another and left in a pile on the floor. To the right of this jumble of boards, bolts, and table ends is an empty mortar and pestle next to a bag of dried seeds and a pitcher of water.
Huh. So the meal doesn't come pre-made this time. But who made it last time?
I guess we could make it this time. It doesn't look too complicated.
It would be good to show her some kindness. Surely we can sacrifice just a little time and effort for her comfort, if we're capable of giving her any.
I will remind you that you are not here to feed her, unless, of course, you intend to make this her last meal. Resting atop the center of dismantled wooden boards is the vial of poison, which has been drained and its contents strained and distilled into separate vials, rendering the substance useless.
Are you certain it's useless? We don't know what the effects of those separate liquids are. For all we know, one of them could be just as toxic as the original substance.
We shouldn't want to use the poison. Better to ignore it completely.
Yeah, I'm not really keen on using it either. Even if the princess were as dangerous as the queen claims, something about that just doesn't feel right.
I'm just trying to list out all our options. So much of the situation is changing. Any advantage we can find is to our benefit.
As much as I agree with your sentiment, the fact of the matter is that those liquids on the dismantled table are useless to you. Believe me, if you could use them to execute the princess, then I would let you know. But that is not the case.
I suppose the princess wouldn't be fooled by a poisoned bowl of gruel. Still, might have been nice to poison the blade. Speaking of which, where is the blade?
I don't know. It's not on the table or the floor.
It's better this way.
The hell it is. How is being unarmed an advantage? Who took the blade away?
The princess took the knife from us last time. Could she have kept it?
I suppose we'll have to investigate that carefully. Continuing on without a weapon is not ideal.
Agreed. Though you will have to continue down into the dungeons regardless.
Or we could investigate the stairs to the tower, which you conveniently left out of your description like you did last time.
There is nothing for you up there.
Oh, don't you dare lie to us. It's not even worth it. You damn near lost your mind when the princess went upstairs. What are you hiding up there?
Nothing.
Do I detect a little bit of panic in that very hasty response?
I am not going to keep arguing with you. Can we please just move on?
But this is important.
It's not.
Let it be. There's no point in straining our relationship with her even more.
You didn't say anything about the mirror?
No, I didn't. I don't even see a mirror. Maybe that's because it's not important.
More secrets you're trying to keep from us?
Are you listening to yourself? What kind of secrets would I even hide inside of a mirror?
I don't know. But that's all the more reason to investigate.
Can we please drop this subject?
You know what I'm going to say.
Approach the mirror.
Another excellent piece of art here.
And again by Cymbeline.
Praise Cymbeline!
You approach a mass of crimson filaments near the door, shielding your face with your hands. If there really is a mirror here, then I'm not seeing it.
This really isn't funny.
And I'm not trying to be.
Just ignore her. Whether or not she's gaslighting us or really is blind as a bat, doesn't matter. We need to investigate this anomaly.
Leave it alone! Can't you feel the light pushing against us? It doesn't want to be seen.
I'm not sure about that, but do we really want to get any closer? The light's really starting to hurt our eyes.
Oh, quit being a baby. Our eyes are already adjusting to the luminosity. Look, there's a crack we didn't notice before.
What could it mean?
What was that?
Well, nothing. Just thinking aloud.
You know something, don't you?
I know just as much as you do about this mirror, which, might I remind you all, seems to have very little relevance to the current situation.
We should have left it alone.
Peer inside the mirror.
You reach out towards the space you claim the mirror occupied before brushing your hand against the wall. The second you do, you stop squinting.
It's gone now. Where did it go?
Could she have taken it away?
If she chose to conceal it from us, then that is her choice to make. We should not pry into her secrets.
Examine the growth spreading throughout the path.
You approach the mass of the blood-red offshoots steadily branching out across the floor, careful not to step on or otherwise directly touch the spreading mass.
I really don't like whatever this is.
It's hard to tell what it even is. Maybe we should try touching it?
Leave it alone. We shouldn't disturb them.
And I'm gonna touch it anyways.
Tentatively, you reach a finger towards the branching tip of one of the tendrils. The moment your claw comes within an inch of the spreading network, one of the offshoots lunges towards your hand before tightening around your finger, clutching it in a tight coil.
The
Ah,
Oh, wow.
Dawn, do you want to read this part?
All of it.
Would you like to explain yourself?
Good luck, have fun.
Contains VOX0, VOX1, VOX2, VOX3, VOX4, VOX5, VOX6, VOX7, VOX8, VOX9, VOX10. Truth is 0. Qui access CVN is allow. Actless Qui Pri1, Pri2, Pri2 request access CVN. Pri2 contains verse 1, verse 2, verse 3, verse 4, verse 5. Truth is 1. Pri2 access CVN is denied. Pri2 request access CVN. Pri2 access CVN is denied. Pri2 request access Qui. Pri2 access Qui is denied. Pri2 request access Qui. Pri2 request access CVN. Pri2 request access Pri1. Pri2 request access Qui. Pri2 request access. Pri2 access is denied. You are not welcome here. Remain where you belong.
What's happening?
It hurts!
Get it off! Get it off!
One thing I might say for this part is truth. That I read this as truth is -1.
A ternary
Yeah.
value.
Might have
If
misread.
you're wanting to do the kind of coding thing, I think a good way to do that is equals equals or equals or something. I don't know.
Good
I
point,
don't
yes.
remember
I
exactly.
completely blacked out for a second then. Don't know what just happened.
Beautiful.
I know,
Reflexively,
you can't probably know.
reflexively, you pull your hand back. The tendril, though small, is surprisingly elastic and durable, so it does not immediately remove itself from your finger. But eventually, with a strong enough pull, it snaps, the severed ends leaking a clear fluid. The other tendrils recoil.
Okay. Noted. Do not touch these things.
We heard them.
Only because they attacked us. Who knows what it would have happened if we didn't get that thing off of us.
Yeah, let's just leave him alone.
Agree.
Investigate the stairs. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Wait, what are you doing?
I believe that's obvious. We're investigating the stairs.
But you're not supposed to be able to. You can't.
Look, we're already going towards them, so you might as well describe things as we go.
No, you do not understand. You absolutely cannot go up those stairs, not now.
And yet, our feet continue to move.
Not if I.
What? Stop our heart? Didn't you say that was a contingency you couldn't afford to use again?
Do not test me.
Please, we need to stop escalating. While talking about stairs. What good is there in going up those stairs? Can't you see it's upsetting her?
Oh, I can see it. All the more reason to see exactly what she's trying to hide.
No! I won't let us do this. One of us needs to listen.
Look, I don't want to hurt her any more than you do, but she has been keeping secrets from us. I don't like being lied to.
When you learn that everything I have done has been for your own good. Fine. You leave me no choice. Your body freezes, one half straining to continue walking towards the stairs, the other half pulling itself back.
Ugh. Of course he'd do something like this. But if your control was absolute, you wouldn't bother with trying to persuade us. You'd just have puppeteered us into executing the princess from the beginning.
You think we can break out of her control?
Only one way to find out.
Don't do this. It won't help anything.
Ignore that traitor. We outnumber him. We can beat back him and the Pale Queen. We just need to stay focused on our goal.
We need to keep going. Press forward and continue investigating the stairs.
You have made oath, Sir Knight. You cannot do this. Make another choice.
But we've already made our choice.
It is the wrong choice.
We'll see about that. To the top of the stairs we go.
But in spite of the voice's eagerness, you don't advance up the stairs. As if compelled by a long-forgotten promise, you feel your body freeze and your mind refocus.
Gracias. Keep your oath.
Thank you.
Wait, what?
Keep our oath? What oath? We never...
You did make an oath to me, Sir Knight, as I have been telling you. You may not remember it, but you did. Unfortunately, in spite of everything, you are still keeping it.
Wait. Did Sir Knight actually choose that? Or is she just controlling us again?
Just let it go. Whether by his choice or not. This is what's best for everyone.
Fine. I guess there's nothing more we can do. But don't think I'll forget this.
Prepare a meal. What night are you about to have?
Let him cook.
But we don't even know how.
So just whatever, throw anything into the bowl and that's it.
You just put shit in the bowl and it's done. It's just like Mama.
That's her actual lines of dialogue.
It's canon now.
You carefully kneel down, taking the bag of seeds and pouring them into the mortar. Grasping the pestle, you gently grind the seeds into a fine powder before taking the pitcher of water, pouring it into the bowl, and slowly mixing the seed flour and water into a grayish gruel with the consistency of wet cement.
Still not the most appetizing meal, but there's something satisfying about mixing it all together ourselves.
It deserves so much better than anything we could prepare, but hopefully this will do her some good. Hopefully.
Last time we met, she said she hadn't felt hungry before. If she didn't want to eat then, why would she want anything now?
For once, we agree. I really don't see the point in this exercise. But whatever. If it somehow helps you accomplish your main task, then I won't stop you.
Enter the dungeon.
With no key and no door to hinder your access, you step through with the open space. Typing very loudly. Careful not to brush your hands against the thick tendrils covering the walls of the of the tunnel leading down into the dungeon. You continue downward, the metal shattletons treading gingerly over the fleshy tangle of knotted tendrils which writhe and squirm as if aware of your presence. Some tiny offshoots seem to grasp at your feet, trying to tangle you up, but your armor protects you, solid steel shielding you from their touch. You descend deeper, the crimson vines growing thicker and more tangled, making it difficult to clearly see the path ahead, but you manage to press onward, carefully shoving aside some of the fleshy tentacles with your protective gauntlets and vambraces. In the distance, you hear a faint, studious humming.
Continue down the stairs.
Come, your destined encounter with the princess awaits. You tread carefully before finally making it to the bottom of the pulsating stairs. Ahead of you is a dimly lit open corridor overgrown with more fleshy growths. They cover the floor in a matted carpet of stringy red tendrils, the tangled mass converging upon a single endpoint above a small circle of the stone floor. Kneeling upon the stone floor is the princess.
That's the princess? What the hell happened to her?
I think she dissected herself. She's doing it right now. She's cutting into her own flesh with the blade. Our blade.
I can see that. Why is she doing that?
She's hurting herself.
I
Letters.
don't think she minds. She's not even flinching. She's just making cuts and writing things down.
Indeed. As disturbing as it is, the princess does indeed seem unconcerned by her self-mutilation, and that self-mutilation is extensive. Her entire left hemisphere has been flayed away, the feathers plucked, exposing muscle and bone. Her chest and belly have been split open, exposing a beating heart inside an open ribcage. Several of her organs lie in the ring at her feet, including her lungs, her liver. I will resist. The left hemisphere of her brain and her stomach. Joining the circle of viscera at the apex is her crown, which has been disassembled, the circlet broken, and the gemline detached from the corona. The pulsating tendrils spread out from the back of the princess's split skull, continuing their insidious growth as she drops down on a dried piece of her own skin, one of her spotted feathers serving as a quill, her own blood serving as theme.
There's also a cracked hand mirror in the center of that circle. Did you intentionally leave it out of your description? Or can you really not see it? Like you couldn't see the mirror upstairs?
Oh. The new hero.
Oh yes. Why are we talking about a hand mirror? She's literally cutting herself to pieces. I think we have other things to worry about.
I'm just trying to be thorough. No need to get snippy with me.
She's hurt herself so much, and she doesn't even seem to feel it. Did we do this to her?
How is she even alive after all this? What is she?
Drumroll.
Here she is.
The
Now,
princess.
Dawn, who made this wonderful piece of art?
Dragolion is the master who made this one.
And this one is very good.
Diddly do!
Oh god.
The transition to
Um,
Skin Princess.
What the hell am I looking at?
Both of those are great questions. Why don't you take a seat before we address them? I'm sure there's a lot for the two of us to break down. Outside of my body, of course.
But I don't wanna. Okay, fine. Sit with her.
Now hold on. Let's think about this for just a second. Have you noticed all those tendrils squirming on the floor? Given what happened to us the last time we touched one of those things, are you sure you want us to sit right next in the middle of a whole cluster of them?
Agreed. Better to not play her game at all. You already know what you need to do.
But how are we gonna do that if she has her knife?
I'm sure you can use your imagination. I mean, it's not like she's exactly a titan of strength, especially in your current condition. She's basically done most of the work herself.
And funnily enough, it doesn't seem to have had much of an effect on my mortality. But I'm sure a couple more stabs will do the trick.
As if in mockery, the princess slices open a vein before dipping the tip of her quill into the bleeding wound and continuing to scribble down her notes.
Dip, dip, dip. Assuming, of course, that you can wrestle this little scalpel from my hands. Needless to say, although I don't really care much if my flesh is perforated a bit more, I have no interest in letting you attempt to kill me. It'd be such a needless waste of time.
She idly twists the blade into a freshly opened stab wound, allowing the blood to flow more freely.
Please stop doing that, I'm gonna be sick.
What? This?
She pokes several more holes in herself before touching the tip of her quill to them.
Dip, dip, dip.
And then she continues her writing.
She cuts herself so nonchalantly. Does she feel nothing?
My nerves still transmit electrical signals to my brain, but they're only one impulse amongst many. Even if I valued this body to the point of trying to preserve its structural integrity, its pain would always be little more than a construct of the mind.
Her strip of skin filled with scribbles. She then reaches down before roughly tearing off the skin from her left leg and unraveling it into a new scroll of flesh.
I think I'm gonna be sick. Deja vu.
The poor thing! She's convinced herself that her pain doesn't matter.
The princess doesn't acknowledge this latest statement, except to idly add more to her notes.
And now there are 2 additional voices. One seems to embody inquisitiveness, the other appearing to represent some kind of emotion, pity, sentimentality? The cause for these 2 personality constructs being generated at this time is unknown. Further research is required.
My voice brings up a good point. I feel like I might be falling into a trap if I get any closer.
Fascinating.
Oh shit. Is that it? Do you have nothing else to say? Nothing in your defense?
I believe we went over this in our first meeting. I can't say anything meaningful that's going to convince you to trust me, and I have no interest in further discussion unless you are willing to show some good faith.
I know. We have to cooperate with her, at least for now. Sit with her.
You approach the princess. Midway through crossing the room, she holds up her hand.
That'll do. After what transpired last time, I think it would be to both our benefit to maintain a safe distance until we sorted everything out.
Okay. Sit where she told you to sit.
You hesitate only a moment before kneeling in the middle of the mass of squirming tendrils. Which part, leaving you a space on the previously concealed stone floor? Out of the corner of your eye, you see the branching tips of the tendrils gently pulsate, as if watching you in anticipation. Please keep my lines before I read them. From the other side of the room, the princess nods before resuming her note-taking, addressing you while her eyes focus on her writing.
Thank you. Now, my guess is that you have just as many questions for me as I have for you. So to avoid getting off track, let's start with the most important one. What's your goal in coming here?
I want to free you like I tried to last time. I think I'm here to kill you. I'm not sure. I want to know what's going on. I didn't want to come back, but I don't think I had a choice. My goal? What do you mean?
I mean that you clearly had a purpose in returning to the place where you apparently died. I find that curious. What are you hoping to achieve?
I'm not sure.
She pauses from her writing for just a moment, seeming to consider.
An honest answer, if indecisive, but that tracks with what I know of you. You, like me, are cautious. You didn't immediately move to kill me, but neither did you move to rescue me. Not, at least, until you had gathered all the facts. So let's discuss things, as we did before. Since the last time we met, I've been studying our predicament, and I've eventually come to some interesting conclusions. You're reasonably intelligent. I trust that you will eventually reach the same verdict that I have. So ask your questions. We have plenty of time.
Not true. The last thing you want to do is delay. Do not make the same mistakes as last time.
Again. What do you want? What happened to you after I died? What are you doing to yourself? I have something for you. For the meal. Do you still have the drawing? Point out of the tendrils. What are these things? Why do you have glasses? Ow. I'm sorry, but I have no choice. Take the blade. Take the blade. You know what? I don't even think I need to be here. I never actually to get involved to begin with, and with the way you are now, I don't think you can actually escape. So you're not threat to anyone. You're on your own. Bye. Anyways, what have you learned?
She smiles enigmatically, spectacles shining between the torchlights as she continues her writing.
A very broad question, and quite vague. I am tempted to reply with an equally ambiguous answer, but instead I will provide a summary of some of the basic points. Feel free to ask me about any particular subject, and I will elaborate.
She shuffles through the strips of her own skin she's converted into makeshift scrolls, fingers tracing through the bloody pages before eventually stopping at a certain segment. Clearing her throat with a nod, she adjusts her spectacles before reading aloud the notes she has scribbled.
First, I have come to the conclusion that this entire castle is part of a more elaborate system meant to propagate an illusion. Second, in relation to point 1, I have reason to believe that the Pale Queen and your voices are a part of said system and hence mere illusions. Third, whereas the Pale Queen and the voices are mere extensions of this greater system, Third Knight and myself are not, and hence are being forcefully contained within the system. Though to what purpose, I am uncertain. Fourth, of particular interest to me is that Sir Knight and myself are connected in some way. Fifth, building on the prior observation, I have strong reason to conclude that Sir Knight and myself are far more than what the illusory system would present ourselves to be. A fact which the Pale Queen seems to be aware of and fears.
Imagine your daughter just tells you you're not real. What do you even do?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not
it's
real.
kind
What?
of the pause there.
Not even
Ma'am.
just you.
Pale Queen disintegrates into dust.
Oh no, their perception has
Schizophrenia.
changed.
Schizophrenia cured.
That's not an ellipsis. That's her turning into dust.
Mr. Narrator, I don't feel too good.
Anyway,
No,
Now you
wife.
know
Wife
how it
gone.
feels.
Guess who's back, baby? This is me, the narrator.
I am absolutely using this princess voice to say my theory at the end if it doesn't get confirmed or denied.
Dun dun dun.
She sets aside her notes before idly stabbing herself once more with her knife, dipping the tip of her quill into the bleeding wound and using the blood to continue her writing.
Okay. What do you mean when you say the castle is part of the system? Am I really trapped like you? You're the one who's been stuck in the dungeon. How are we connected? If we're not what the system presents us to be, then what are we? Yeah, I'm not really interested in any of your theories. The Pale Queen and the voices aren't real, or I can hear them right now.
I didn't say that they weren't real, per se. Just that they're part of the system. They're not, how to put it, people. More like machines, if that makes sense. Constructs meant to imitate beings with personality in order to maintain the greater illusion.
Okay.
What? But I'm not.
Do you have any evidence to back up your claim?
She shuffles through her notes.
Of course I do. But let's start with a bit of an experiment. You, the two new voices, what are your names?
I don't see what this has to do with your original point.
I am broken.
Yes, you do seem to be functioning at a subpar level. But I didn't ask for your description. I asked for your name.
Hey, don't be rude. That's his name.
Broken. Fascinating. Designation that perfectly informs as to the bearer's nature. Would I be correct in assuming that all other voices' name is equally an accurate descriptor for his overall personality?
Fine. It's skeptic.
Skeptic. An individual inclined to doubt, question established opinions. How remarkably fitting that the descriptor seems to be for you. Most parents would get exceedingly lucky to give their children a name that so aptly describes the nature of their progeny. But then again, you don't have a parent, do you?
Just because I don't remember having parents doesn't mean that I'm not a real person, or that I'm a part of whatever system this is.
Oh, are you? True, I myself do not have any remembrance of my parentage, yet I contest that I am a person. Nevertheless, it is fascinating to consider your origin. You were not a part of Sir Knight when we first met. As far as I can tell, you only showed up after everything reset. Tell me, do you know where you came from?
I've always been a part of him.
You sound so sure. Tell me then, why were you silent during our first meeting?
That's because, well,
Look, I don't care what you think about us. We are real, aren't we?
The pain is real. The fear is real. The doubt is real. We are real.
But we're misrepresenting her argument again. She's already conceded that we're real in a sense. But what sense is that?
A very good question, and one for which I should hope your skeptical nature will enable you to discover and answer. As for the Pale Queen, I think it is clear that she is different from the other voices. For one, she is clearly not linked to you in the way your voices are. For two, given the control she exerted last time, she seems to serve a more executive function in the system. Again, not surprising given her royal designation. Though, at the end of the day, she is still little more than a cog in the system, part of the machine.
Enough. Enough. You already allowed her to delude you last time, Sir Knight. Do not listen to any more of this nonsense.
What do you mean when you say the castle is a part of a system?
The tendrils surrounding the tunnel run, several of them burn further into the stone walls.
From what I have gathered, this place is more of a pile of stone and bricks and metal bars. Even before I became fully cognizant of the illusory nature of this place, I could sense something unique about my prison.
Such as...
Difficult to describe. Suppose you might think of it as voices coming from the castle, forbidding me from leaving. Though it was not so much literal words being spoken to me as if it was a series of impulses, signals. This castle had a function, a preordained set of operational parameters that it would follow. And one of those was to ensure that I remained here, even if it meant straining the credulity of its illusion. But I'm probably not revealing anything new to you. Whether you pause to think about it or not, you would have felt those impulses as well. After all, you're just as much a prisoner of the system as I am.
What are you talking about? We haven't heard anything from the castle.
or felt any impulses.
The princess looks up from her writing, looking genuinely surprised.
Scholarly music stops. Oh, really? Well, I suppose I'll have to revise some of my notes. Assuming that you really can't sense anything, of course. Perhaps you simply haven't noticed? Interference for the voices, maybe.
Could she be onto something? Could there really be some signal we haven't picked up?
Don't be an idiot. The council isn't talking to you. And if it were, I doubt it would have anything important to say.
But why would she lie about this? It's such a weird thing to make up.
There is something we need to hear, but will we be able to listen?
Am I really trapped like you? You're the one who's been stuck in the dungeon.
You may not have a chain, but make no mistake, you are just as trapped as I am. If you have any doubts as to the veracity of my claim, I would simply cite what happened the last time you attempted to defy the Pale Queen.
We also can't forget about the huge wall surrounding the kingdom. Even before we came here, our options were restricted.
She doesn't need to know about the walls.
Why not? What's so important about them?
As it stands, practically nothing. They do precious little to stop her regardless.
Nothing could.
Except for you. Hence the importance of the mission you've so flagrantly disregarded.
Then, if the walls weren't for her, were they for us?
I believe your voices have stumbled upon the correct conclusion. Solution. Whatever. I don't care.
Conjunction.
Yep.
And
Precisely.
she's writing in her scroll, and she like misspells it. And then she does a slash. Oh, whatever. I don't care.
Need another
So
one.
scholarly,
Rips.
so
Doesn't matter.
sloppy.
She has the
Words
other
don't matter.
half of the face as well.
But I believe you have stumbled across the correct conclusion. Though I still don't fully understand why you are being pushed to execute me, have you ever considered what happens afterwards? What does one do with an executioner that has no more victims to eliminate? Perhaps your imprisonment is even more important than my own. Who can say?
Point one of the tendrils. What are these things?
As if on cue, the fleshy mass of worm-like tendrils writhes violently. Turning to one side, the princess reveals the back of her head where the tendrils connect in a twisted mesh at the base of her skull, cracked open from behind.
Enlightening what a little dissection will reveal. Turns out there's a lot more to me than what meets the eye. I just had to bring it out.
They're her nerves.
Yes, I said that already.
What an astute observation. Yes, these appear to be, at least, manifestations of my nervous system. I find it unlikely that the quantity of mundane neural tissue could fit in my body. I've been using them to explore the castle. Quite useful, especially when one is confined to a single room.
Wriggling worms churn through mortar and stone, widening dozens of cracks as they pry the walls.
Some rooms are still closed off to me, and I haven't been able to go beyond the castle boundaries. But I have a good idea of the inner layout, along with a better understanding of how everything works.
What are you doing to yourself?
She cocks her head at the question.
To what are you referring? This?
She casually slits her carotid artery and lets the blood flow onto her quid.
Dip, dip, dip.
Yes, that. Can you please stop?
Why? I need more ink for my notes.
I don't know, maybe because normal people don't self-mutilate? It can't be healthy for you.
Assuming her biological needs are anywhere approaching. Dear God. Anywhere approaching normal. She seems fine enough now, even after unraveling herself.
Precisely. I thought I had already demonstrated that we are not what we appear to be. But perhaps that wasn't clear enough. Maybe I should cut off my own head.
She glances at your knife, considering.
She wouldn't.
She might. If she thought there was more to gain from the demonstration.
If she believed her body didn't matter.
It doesn't. Though it would be inconvenient to continue the illusion with my skull detached from my arms, so I will refrain, at least for now. But to answer your question, I am studying myself.
They flaying off your skin?
And surgically removing my organs, dissecting portions of muscles and tissue, cracking open a few less important bones, taking fluid samples.
That, we get it.
Well, yes, suffice it to say that after extensive research, I have come to the reasonable conclusion that our bodies are not real. Otherwise, they would have died long before I had managed to remove most of my organs. If not from the blood loss, then certainly from the shock and agony.
You tortured yourself.
Only in the most technical sense. Really, the fact that my activities were not only voluntarily undertaken, but performed upon a non-existent body makes me question whether there's any meaning to the claim. What I found strange in my exploratory studies, though, is that there appears to be some parts of my being that are more essential than others. My heart, for example. No matter how hard I tried, I could not remove it without causing immense distress to myself. It appears to be, if you will pardon the rather obvious joke, a core part of my being.
That's not a joke. That's just disturbing.
To each their own. Comedy is so utterly subjective that it's hardly worth discussing.
Agreed. We're not here to crack jokes anyway. You were sharing some rather interesting conclusions about your body.
Quite right. And my discovery goes beyond my heart. Interestingly, the same principles appear to apply to the gem of my crown.
She taps the gem with her blade.
If I try to damage it, I receive some rather unique feedback, informing me that there would be dire consequences if I were to actually damage it.
Feedback?
Difficult to describe. It's almost like some fundamental part of myself fades, awakens. I don't know how to properly put it into words.
She scrunches her eyebrow, bothered by her inability to explain.
It's okay. You don't have to force yourself. There are parts of ourselves that we don't understand either.
She waves her hand, dismissing the voice's comment.
Hey,
I'll come up with an explanation eventually. However, that voice has raised a relevant point, even if by accident. There are parts of you that neither of us understand. Parts that we are currently being concealed beneath the walls of your flesh and armor. I wonder.
She stares at your knife.
You're not planning on dissecting us, are you?
Technically speaking, it would be a vivisection if we were still alive.
She grins.
No. I don't think that'll be necessary. Not now, at least. It would be interesting.
That's not very reassuring.
No, it isn't. In fact, it's quite clear that she's utterly insane. A danger to both herself and to you. A shame she still has her knife.
And for obvious reasons, I intend to keep it.
Why do you have glasses?
She turns away, the half of her face with skin blushing.
I am nearsighted.
Oh,
I was expecting more.
we shouldn't have asked her such a personal question.
Still blushing, she adjusts her spectacles before returning to her writing.
I don't know why I'm nearsighted now, if that's what's on your mind. Something about restarting here altered me. But you could already see that. Next question.
If we're not what the system presents us to be, then what are we?
She looks up from her notes, smiling.
Now that is a good question. In fact, I would posit that that is the main question. Fortunately, I do not have an answer yet. All I know is that we are not this.
She stabs the knife into the side of her already filled face.
What happened to you after I died?
She shuffles through the pages of her skin.
One moment, I recorded this in my journal.
She unfurls a very small leaflet made from the skin of a single finger.
Back in the dungeon, the knife is in my hand. Impulses have returned. I am not allowed to leave.
Impressive she put that much on it. She puts away the scroll.
Is that all?
That's it. I came to in the same dungeon, in the same castle. Only this time I had your knife. Considered what to do with it. There might be some threat I'd need to use it on. I even considered using it to tunnel out of the castle. But in the end, I decided it would be better to explore. So that's what I did while I waited for you. Explored.
That's what you call butchering yourself.
It was quite productive. I learned quite a bit from my exploration. And what about you? What happened to you after you died?
Don't answer her.
Recap everything.
After your extended recap of events, the princess nods, looking pleased with herself.
As I suspected.
Do you still have the drawing?
The princess pauses, head and shoulders drooping in apparent shame.
It's gone. Much like I predicted. One more piece of data confirming this place is nothing more than an illusion.
It was precious to her. She doesn't want to admit it, but it hurt her to lose it.
But why did it go? She kept the knife just fine. Why wouldn't a simple crayon drawing stick around?
I hope our kid isn't upset at us for losing it. She went through all that trouble to give it to us.
How do you know it's a she?
I don't know. It just feels right. I like to think we have a daughter.
But why not a son? Why not something else entirely? And what if we don't have a kid at all?
You do have a daughter. She understands.
What?
Moving on.
Yes. Moving on.
I have something for you. Over
She-
the meal.
She cocks her head as you slide the bowl of freshly prepared steamed gruel towards her.
I believe we've already established that I haven't felt hunger. Why would you assume now is any different?
It just seems like a nice thing to do.
It may do some good. Even if your body doesn't need it, you still do.
We didn't poison it, if that's what you're concerned about.
Thank you for that assurance. I'd have been suspicious otherwise.
Oh.
Skeptic.
Yeah, I get it. But consider, if I really wanted to see you poisoned, do you think I'd have mentioned poison in the first place just to get you thinking about it? That would have been awfully stupid.
Perhaps. At any rate, I doubt you could poison me even if you so desired. I may as well enjoy this little offering.
She carefully picks up the bowl, dipping a single finger into the mushy concoction before raising it to her nostril and sniffing.
Surprisingly pleasant aroma, if a bit plain. I think this will prove to be quite fitting. Or filling.
Not
Yes,
exactly
it's so
the
dark
most
and hard.
glowing of compliments, but it's nice to see she appreciates.
Before you can get another word in, the princess snatches her dissected stomach from the ground and tips the contents of the bowl inside, filling the organ up like a balloon. Tossing aside the bowl, she hefts the stomach in her grip, weighing it.
Yes. Very filling.
Oh, come on, she didn't even taste it. This is bullshit. It turns into...
Turning into a cheetah there.
My boy.
Transforms.
Justice for my boy.
Okay.
Perhaps that's for the better. I don't think I'd want to taste any of our cooking.
Does her stomach even still function?
We'd have to wait 2 to 6 hours for any conclusive results.
Okay. What do you want?
I have many desires, some of which are conflicting. You ask a broad question, so I assume you are referring to what my primary objective is.
That would be the most pertinent information, yes.
At the end of the day, I want answers. I want to understand who I am, and by extension, why this is happening to me. What is the point of this charade? Is my death really the goal of the Pale Queen? Or is it merely part of an act within the grand illusion? Who are you, and how do you fit into all this? But those questions aren't one I can answer so long as I'm confined here. Not fully, and never to any level of satisfaction. I need to get out of here. See what lies beyond those walls you've mentioned. Even without a chain to inhibit me, the castle keeps me inside. But it lets you go in and out freely, so it seems I cannot escape without your help.
Do you want us to carry you out? No offense, but I don't know if you can even walk on your own. Not after all this.
She can move her flayed arm just fine, and her wounds don't seem to be bothering her that much.
Not physically.
I'll manage. Really, I shouldn't need too much from you. Just your consent.
And if the Pale Queen tries to take over our body again?
I have it covered.
How?
I will remind you that the aforementioned Pale Queen is listening to every part of our conversation. Do you really think I would disclose all of the details of my plan to her?
Fair enough. But how are we supposed to know that your plan won't purely be for your benefit alone?
I need you to escape. I cannot afford to throw away my ticket out of here.
And after you've escaped?
We'll just have to see. But make no mistake, you will not get out of here on your own. If either of us wish to see our freedom, we will have to do so together.
She is right. The only way out is to trust her.
And after we're free, what then?
Then I figure out the truth. This time without the artificial constraints of some illusionary castle.
And will that make you happy?
Irrelevant. The pursuit of truth is paramount, regardless of whether or not the emotional processing portions of my brain induce me to feel a sense of euphoria or misery. In the end, it's all just chemicals.
Chemicals, true. They are chemicals. But that doesn't mean they aren't important.
The princess nonchalantly presses her knife into one of the pulsating nerve clusters. It squirms under the pressure.
Would you look at that? It would seem my brain has released some dopamine. Woohoo! Now, let's get back on track. Though I could force the issue at knife point, I would prefer to have your willing cooperation. Will you help me escape, Sir Knight?
Okay, all right. What do you need me to do?
Would you mind untangling my nerves from the wall? I could do it myself, but reaching behind my head is such a bother.
There are so many of them. That could take forever.
Cable
And don't
management.
forget. And don't forget what happened last time we touched those.
The voice of the skeptic is rather small here.
Minuscule. Unimportant.
Yeah, we've let him know.
That isn't
It's
important.
really funny if that was the very equivalent of, like, you know, the very, very simplified sprites in Deltarune.
Voice
Oh.
of the voice of the rather perturbed, or voice of the slightly non-believing.
If I wanted to pretend it was intentional, that I'd say it was skeptic listening, but we've been informed of the mistake, and I've got Spooky looking at it. Not sure what happened there, honestly.
I think I accidentally used the regular text instead of the header text. They're about the same size.
Mm.
Damn it. Do better next time. I mean,
Small tick will forever be canon.
I see how it is.
Yes,
Aside
it stands for small.
Small tick's gonna turn into she said now.
Oh, I'd
bullshit.
love to do that.
She's picked herself apart so thoroughly. I don't think we could put her back together if we tried.
Yes, whatever you do, do not try to free him.
But we've already made our choice.
She still has your knife.
An admittedly good point. Hey, princess, may we have our knife back? It'd make cutting you out a whole lot easier.
I intend to maintain control of the proceedings. As you so helpfully pointed out before, I cannot trust your body to cooperate with an evil queen pulling its strings. I'll keep the knife.
How's this any different than the alternative? You're forcing us to help you.
If you wish to look at it that way, yes. Nothing personal, of course, but you must understand the position I'm in. Regardless of my opinion of you and your cohort of voices, one among you has proven initial to my... What does that word even mean?
Tending to obstruct or harm, says Google.
And by my okay, thank you. And by my extension, our efforts. A little insurance is necessary.
I hope this proves my point about not trusting her. Why should you extend any confidence to her if she is unwilling to give any in return?
Insurance is canon in the Slay the Princess universe.
Yep. Tax evasion.
I'm
Next.
coming to contact you about your car's extended warranty.
Your castle's extended warranty.
Your blade's extended warranty.
For real, for real.
Is there really no chance of you giving us our knife?
She clutches the hilt more tightly.
None, unfortunately. This is a point on which I will not bend. Really, if you think about it, we're much more even this way. You have your armor, fully mobile and undamaged body, and the freedom to travel wherever you wish.
Whereas you maintain the freedom to kill us whenever you want.
More or less. Though truthfully, I hope it doesn't have to come to that. I would like nothing more than the both of us to work willingly for our mutual benefit.
She means her own personal benefit, nothing more. You will gain nothing by helping her.
Maybe not. But is there any benefit in doing what you say?
No, we won't fix anything by killing her.
What should we do?
I'm not sure. There's too much we just don't know. We can't trust the Pale Queen, but I really don't like the situation the princess is forcing us into by keeping our knife. It'd be too risky to just blindly trust her.
And then trust me. You know what will happen if you don't.
And you said that you can't afford to resort to your contingency a second time.
There are other things I can resort to. Don't make me use them.
You stuttered. I think you're bluffing.
Sooner or later, you will see that I am right. I hope for all of our sakes, you don't realize it too late.
I'm sorry. I don't think there was ever really an option for us. One way or another, this all will come to an end.
Do as she asks.
Fine. You approach the entrance, stepping over the circle of discarded organs and crown fragments with care to gently reach out towards one of the nerve clusters burrowing into the wall behind her head. As you do so,
Okay.
Pry 1, Pry 1, Pry 2. Pry 2, request access Quai. Pry 2 contains verse 1, verse 2, verse 3, verse 4, verses 5. Truth is -1. Pry 2, access Quai S. Quai, grant access Pry 2. So be it. Pry 2, access Quai is allow. Add some Pry 2 to Quai. You were not meant to hold 2. This will hurt. Proceed.
No. I really want to press the no right now.
I don't know, I'm
In the
nonsense
future.
with technical mumbo jumbo. Yes.
No.
As you continue, there's something. What is.
You barely hear her. You barely hear anything. A grating static sends shivers of lightning through your nerves. You fall to the ground. It hurts.
What is happening?
The nerves we touched again.
Pain! So much pain! But perhaps.
Silence. Quiet contains Vox 0, Vox 1, Vox 2, Vox 3, Vox 5, Vox 6, Vox 7, Vox 8, Vox 9, Vox 10. Fragment Pry 2 contains error 12 greater than 11. Vox state. Silence. Truth is 1. Pry 2 access. Vox is deny. Vox state. Lower. Fragment. Pry 2 state. Speak.
Happening? I can't.
And
Out!
The voices begin to fade, drowning beneath a grainy film of static. In their place, a new yet familiar voice resonates.
Testing.
What contains? Vox 6, Vox 7, Vox 10. Fragment Pry 2 contains error 12 greater than 11. Quai contains fragment Pry 2. Fragment Pry 2 undefined. Define fragment Pry 2.
What?
Log new. Fragment Pry 2. Enter name.
Beep.
Accept.
Can you hear me?
Sir Knight? Sir Knight, what's happening to you? What is going on?
My head. Get out of my head. Get out of my head. Get out of my head. Ah. What are you doing to me?
Remain calm. I've simply accessed your mind. I just need more time to complete the transferal process. Do not let her know I'm here.
Yes, we certainly wouldn't want her to know you're here. Princess.
Well, I suppose that's not going to work.
No, it's not. If your plan was to whisper to Sir Knight behind my back, then you're going to have to be a bit more creative. There's absolutely nothing that goes on in his head that is hidden to me.
That may be, but you do not control everything. His choices are still his own, and I have already persuaded him to help me.
Do not be so certain, Princess. You are not out of this castle yet, and after the stunt you just pulled, I wouldn't be surprised if Sir Knight is reconsidering his previous catastrophic decision. Sir Knight, you have all the evidence you need to turn back from this idiotic path. Act now.
How? What? How? What do you want me to do?
The same thing you were sent here to do. The thing you were always meant to do. She's right there. Do it.
Please make it stop.
Be patient. Nothing bad is actually happening to you. This is all just feedback. I'll be able to turn it off soon enough.
There's another way to stop the pain. Stop her.
Just wait. It's all I ask.
Okay. Good luck.
You wait. Pained groans hissed through clenched teeth, talons digging into the metal of your helmet. But you do not fight back.
Quiet contains 0, Fox 1, Fox 2, Fox 3, Fox 4, Fox 5, Fox 6, Fox 7, Fox 8, Fox 9, Fox 10. Truth contains error 12 greater than 11.
Truth. Request access. Quiet choice. Allow access.
I don't really know this technical mumbo jumbo, yes.
Too complicated. I'll just press yes.
Truth access. Quiet choice is allow. You feel something shift.
Success!
Well, shit. Huh? What? What did you do to me?
I haven't done anything to you, Sir Knight. The princess, on the other hand, is actively trying to harm you.
I am doing no such thing.
Then how do you explain this?
It's nice to finally have a conversation with you. Tell me, is it true that I will destroy the world? Or is that just the excuse you gave Sir Knight?
I am not here to answer your insipid questions. Sir Knight, stop her.
Calm down. She thinks I'm still a voice in your head. Don't give it away. This way, I can speak to you without her knowing. Just play along and we'll both be able to escape.
What happened to the voices in my head?
What do you mean? I don't know.
Great. She's suspicious now. Well, no going back, I suppose. To answer your question, I turned them down. I would have preferred to have removed them entirely, but apparently I don't have that kind of permission. We didn't really need them yammering, and I couldn't risk them revealing anything.
You killed them.
I have done no such thing, Sir Knight. I am uncertain what has happened to your precious voices. I wish them no harm. If anything, this is likely her doing.
Please, stop vocalizing your thoughts. She can hear whenever you do that. And anyways, no, I didn't kill them. They're all still technically there. We just can't hear them. But really, if I did completely get rid of them, I don't think it would count as killing. Those things were never really alive.
Wow.
Shame I couldn't get rid of the Pale Queen. It would have made things easier. Apparently, she's not really a part of you in the way those voices were. So I have no direct access to her through you.
Bring them back. Bring my voices back. I want them. Could you please make it so I can hear them again? It feels wrong to just silence them like this.
Whatever is happening in your head to cause all this static, I had nothing to do with it. You just have to fight through this act.
Fine. I'll make it so you can hear them if that's what you really want. I really don't get why you'd want them around. They're not even that helpful. If it helps you cooperate, okay, it should do it. Just, please, don't think out loud again. It's about to get very overcrowded in here as it is. I am pretty sure I am about to unmute all of them.
Let's go!
Wait, what?
I am ready.
Box 6, box 7, box 8, box 9, box 10. Truth. Contains error. 12 greater than 11. Box state. Speak. Box access qui. Thoughts is deny. Box access qui. Choice is allow.
What just happened?
I don't know. One moment, our head was hurting. The next thing I know, we're like this.
I feel dizzy.
Well, fine. She didn't trust us. We've been silenced.
This is going to get very confusing without any sound. 1 second. One more adjustment for the sake of our sanity.
Qui contains box 0, box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4, box 5, box 7, box 8, box 9, box 10. Truth contains error. 12 greater than 11. Box choice. Append name. Proceed.
Yes.
There.
I don't think I like this.
Hero, this is so wrong.
Skeptic?
Just
So many new questions. What exactly is the nature of our existence? How much more can we be changed? Are we even real?
Exactly what I've been asking. But anyways. There. I turned all your voices back on. Now will you please listen to me? Again, no vocalizing your thoughts. Just nod your head. Figuratively.
Non-verbally communicate your frustration with her. Hang on a second. There we go.
Engie.
Non-verbally... What?
Your guess is as good as mine. Thank you for your cooperation. Finally. Now,
Hero, now hold on. Are we going to gloss over the fact he tried to shut us up?
Fine, we're reading voice names. Fine. Broken. It wasn't enough for her to think so little of herself. It extends to us, to everything that isn't her truth.
I didn't think I'd have to explain this. Is it not obvious? You are not real. Very little of this place is real, if any of it. But as for you voices specifically, you're not people. More like inanimate objects designed to simulate speech. Like a talking letter or a book. It is not rude to close a book. Besides, I didn't even do anything to you that you weren't designed to do in the first place. The mechanism to silence you was already there.
Skeptic. Mechanism? What kind of mechanism are you talking about?
I could give you hypotheses, but our host has been silent for too long. You should pick something.
This is too much. I can't think.
You don't have to. You just have to act. Act.
I will defend myself if I have to. Do not push me to that. You don't really have to act. Not right now. I'm almost finished. Just keep stalling.
Skeptic. Finished? With what? What is your plan here?
Well, for the benefit of Sir Knight understanding, I realize that we have something of a mental link. With our bodies being fake, That leaves our minds as the only real thing in this illusion. Your mind has been given access to the outside world. If I can simply combine our minds into one, then we should be able to leave without the Pale Queen noticing. I just need a few more moments to complete my transferal of my mind into yours. And we should be home free.
I still don't understand.
Oh, Sir Knight, stop doubting yourself. You can do this. Just believe.
An empty platitude acting as a thinly veiled attempt to get you to stop questioning her. You know she cannot be trusted.
You are hurting him. I am not. Outside of the time I killed him.
I don't know. He doesn't seem to be in any pain now. He hasn't expressed any pain now, has he?
Hero, I can't stop speaking without saying my name first. What did you do? Hero, why should we let you go through this with this plan of yours? I thought we could trust you more than her for a while there, but now?
Skeptic. Can't you see the questions she's raised through her meddling? What are we? If she can just flick us on and off so easily.
Broken. It always hurts to learn that you're less than what you thought.
It is even more agonizing to live in ignorance. This is our only chance to uncover the truth. We're almost there. Just a little more. Let me bring this plan to fruition, and we both can find freedom. Together.
But you're right there on the floor. How can you be in my mind and over there? Let it happen.
What do you mean? Let what happen?
I think he's finally accepted the inevitable. You can't stop this. Thank you. Hold on just a little longer. I'm almost done.
You said that before. How much longer is this going to take?
This is a delicate process. I'm not gonna rush it.
There's nothing to do but keep waiting. Are you sure about that?
There remains plenty you can do, Sir Knight.
Skeptic. She'll grow suspicious if we stand here doing nothing for much longer.
Which is why I prepared this.
Right?
Here it comes.
Then I suppose I shall have to make one more effort to convince him.
The princess goes out alone. Alone, prepare questions and begins reading.
Have fun with this.
After giving the matter
Before we start, I must say that this specific part of the chapter, Dawn had to rise and have it cross-examined. How many times? I have no idea before it's got to
We reviewed this.
This is ignoring
Peer
the rest
reviewed.
of the chapter. This is
It is
ignoring
peer
the rest of the
reviewed.
So
The
good.
peer-reviewed
by
monologue.
the other sisters.
defense of ourselves in the trial of the Pale Queen. After giving this matter extensive consideration, I must conclude that the Pale Queen's assertion that I am ontologically evil to be an utter absurdity. Furthermore, a cursory inspection of her objectives and the justification she gives for those objectives reveals that her justification for her actions fail from just about every available moral framework. But in order to thoroughly refute the Pale Queen's assertions, we must first ensure that all terms are properly defined, starting with ontology, as the Pale Queen makes the claim that I am ontologically evil.
Oh no.
I went to law school.
Skeptic. I'm listening.
Hero, I'm lost. Where did this come from?
No, los términos y condiciones, por favor, no. Silently listen.
Ontology is the study of being. It is the branch of philosophy that investigates the nature of existence, the features of all entities have in common, and how they are divided into basic categories of being. It aims to discover the foundational building blocks of the world and characterize reality as a whole in its most general aspects. In this regard, ontology contrasts with individual sciences like biology and astronomy, which restrict themselves to a limited domain of entries, such as the living entities and the celestial phenomena. In some contexts, the term ontology refers not to the general study of being, but to a specific ontological theory within this discipline. It also means an inventory of social conceptual schema and of a particular domain, such as the ontology of genes. In this context, an inventory is a comprehensive list of elements. A conceptual scheme is a framework of key concepts and their relationships.
Hero, I guess this makes sense, but why are you saying this now?
Mostly as a distraction tactic for the Queen. Partly to organize my own thoughts on the matter. I had a lot of time to think.
Skeptic. At least you were using it effectively.
Okay.
God forbid women do anything.
You can't even skin yourself alive, god damn it.
Everyone needs a hobby.
Yeah.
Wait, oh, wait, that was actually my line. Lamau. Yeah, oops.
I never thought it that way. Is this how it all? And your point is, finally listen. I don't put it. That's a big wall of text.
Have fun.
Damn, princess.
Excuse me, I'm trying to freaking read some of the comments before I have to do this fucking paragraph.
But would it be easier? I must ask, is it easier to read the purple on this? Is it easier to read it
Yes,
like this or
absolutely.
like this?
I would say highlighted.
Thank you
Please
for
have.
doing that, actually. This is going to help a lot. Ontology is closely related to metaphysics, but the exact relation of these two disciplines is disputed. A traditionally influential characterization asserts that ontology is a subdiscipline of metaphysics. According to this view, metaphysics is the study of various aspects of fundamental reality, whereas ontology restricts itself to the most general features of reality. This view sees ontology as a general metaphysics, which is to be distinguished from special metaphysics that is focused more on specific subject matters, like God, mind, and value. A different conception understands ontology as a preliminary discipline that provides a complete inventory of reality, while metaphysics examines the features and structures of entities in this inventory. Another conception says that metaphysics is about real being, while ontology examines possible being or the concept of being. It is not universally accepted that there is a clear boundary between metaphysics and ontology. Some philosophers use both terms as synonyms. Fascinating. As a philosophical study of being, it is traditionally understood as a subdiscipline of metaphysics focused on the general features of reality. As one of the most fundamental concepts, being encompassed all of reality and every entity within it. To articulate the basic structure of being, ontology examines the commonalities among all things and investigates the classification into basic types, such as the categories of particulars and universals. Particulars are unique, non-repeatable entities, such as the person Sir Knight, whereas universals are general repeatable entities like the color green. Another distinction exists between concrete objects existing in space and time, such as a tree, and abstract objects existing outside of space and time, like the number 7. Such systems of categories aim to provide a comprehensive inventory of reality by employing categories such as substance, property, relation, state of affairs, and event.
What's the color green? I only know red.
Oh. Inconsistent.
How does any of this help? Do we really need to dig into the difference between numbers and colors and stuff?
Skeptic. The more base assumptions we challenge about reality, the better. I've had some suspicions about color myself.
Okay.
You can't trust colors.
Quiet. What do you think?
Ontologists disagree regarding which entities exist at the most basic level. Realism asserts that these universals have objective existence, while conceptualism maintains that universals only exist in the mind. and nominalism denies their existence altogether. Similar disputes pertain to mathematical objects, unobservable objects assumed by scientific theories, and moral facts. Materialism posits that fundamentally only matter exists, whereas dualism asserts that mind and matter are independent principles. According to some ontologists, objective answers to ontological questions do not exist, perspectives shaped by different linguistic processes. Ontology deploys diverse methods of inquiry, including the analysis of concepts and experience, the use of intuitions and thought experiments, and the integration of findings from natural science. Formal ontology investigates the most abstract feature of object, while applied ontology utilizes ontological theories and principles to study entities within specific domains. For example, social ontology examines the basic concept using social sciences. Applied ontology is particularly relevant information, and computational science, which has developed conceptual frameworks of limited domains. These frameworks facilitate the structured storage of information, which is a compendium tracking academic activities. Ontology is also pertinent to the field of logic, theology, and anthropology. I understand why this chapter took so long to write now.
Here.
That segment was half the length, half the time.
Here, so, okay, so what you've been saying is there is a conceptualist thing going on? Is that what you think?
Even now, it's still too early to assert as objective truth, but signs do point this way, yes.
Skeptic. Fascinating. Where did you learn all of this?
Most of it was reasoned out by myself, but some information seemed to come naturally to me.
Myself.
Installed by default or what? It's not limited to those fields of study. Can we please be done with this?
In relation to the matter at hand, it is pertinent to investigate the nature of existence in all of its forms and conceptions. However, for the purpose of brevity, we will assume as axiomatic that evil is a concept that exists, as the Pale Queen's assertions are predicated on the foundational axiom. Thus, our purpose must be determining whether I can be categorized as evil based upon any reasonable moral framework. Considering that the Pale Queen's basic mission statement is to convince Sir Knight to murder a defenseless child, I would assert that the Pale Queen's mission statement cannot possibly be justified through a deontological framework. However, in order to assess the validity of this claim, it is necessary to first establish the meaning of deontological. In regards to moral philosophy, deontological ethics is a normative ethical study that the morality of an action should be based on whether that action itself is right or wrong under a series of rules and principles, rather than based on the consequences of the action. It is sometimes described as duty, obligation, or rules-based ethics. Deontological ethics is commonly contrasted to utilitarianism.
Utilitarianism.
Utilitarianism and other consequentialist theories, virtues, ethics, and pragmatic ethics. In the deontological approach, the inherent rightfulness of actions is considered more important than their consequences.
Oh, holy fuck truth. I mean, I'm broken.
True.
Broken snaps.
Broken. You can pick apart the morals as much as you want. It doesn't change what we've been through. It doesn't make the pain go away.
As we've been over previously, pain is also an illusion.
Hero, a painful one.
Which would
You know what
match
else is painful?
which would match the overall philosophy of the Pale Queen. My gosh, it's still going. I need to continue. I know what it was. Fuck.
After going to end before this thing finishes?
I think the Pale Queen will kill us, so this stops.
Depending on the system of deontological ethics under consideration, a moral obligation may arise from an external or an internal source, such as a set of rules inherent to the universe, ethical naturalism, religious law, or set of personal or cultural values, any of which may be in conflict with personal desires. Assuming that one takes as their own personal axioms as the basic premise that murder itself is incorrect, and that in order to justify the killing of another individual, one must first demonstrate that they are either acting in self-defense or else legally executing another individual who has knowingly broken the law and threatens public orders to such an extent that killing them is the only way to prevent further harm. Though it is true that the Pale Queen, as indicated by her title, acts as the ruling authority of the kingdom, and hence can enact laws, some of which may be punishable by execution for offending, from a deontological perspective, there can be no coherent justification for the execution of one who has broken no laws, as is the case for me, and whose only crime seems to be existing. Hence, as it seems that the Pale Queen is justifying her actions through a utilitarian framework, claiming that killing me, many more lives will be protected, we will then analyze her claim through the utilitarian lens. In order to do this, however, we must first define utilitarianism.
Oh my god! Princess!
Hero, is a decider guessing any of this? I hope so. I'm just so lost.
How unfortunate. This will be on the test, you know.
Your test?
Skeptic. She's joking.
Very observant. Gold star.
I know the definition.
What is the gold star?
No, I know the definition. Why is she still going?
Now, with the regards to ethical philosophy, utilitarianism is a family of normative ethical theories that prescribe actions that maximize happiness and well-being for the affected individuals. In other words, utilitarian ideas encourage actions that lead to the greatest good for the greatest number. Although different varieties of utilitarianism admit different characterizations, the basic idea that underpins all of them is, in some sense, to maximize utility, which is often defined in terms of well-being or related concepts. For instance, the founder of a utilitarianism described utility as the capability of actions or objects to produce benefits, such as pleasure, happiness, and good, or to prevent harm, such as pain and unhappiness to those affected. Utilitarianism is a version of consequentialism, which states that the consequences of any action are the only standard of right and wrong. Unlike other forms of consequentialism, such as egoism and altruism, utilitarianism considers either the interest of all humanity or all sentient beings equally. Proponents of utilitarianism have disagreed on a number of issues, such as whether actions should be chosen based on the likely results, act utilitarianism, whether the agent should conform to the rules that maximize utility, rule utilitarianism. There's also a disagreement as to whether total utilitarianism, or average utilitarianism should be maximized. I wonder if you're going to define total utility and average utility next.
So whoever's recording this, I would very much like this specific part to be the parts in between where people are commenting to be cut out, and just the essay, if that's possible.
Please put all the comments at the end. Put the blooper reel
Do it
at
like
the
a
end,
blooper
please.
section.
Have a PowerPoint presentation at the ready.
Utilitarianism. Page 1. Why is it good?
By the princess.
Hero, you were the one telling us earlier that happiness was just a bunch of chemicals.
Everything is, by that definition, simply chemicals in the brain. All outside observation is filtered through the lens of biological process.
Broken. The emotions are still real, even if they are denied.
Queen,
Queen, do you believe in total utility? Oh, sorry.
Okay. Queen, do you believe in total utility or average utility? Ah, make it stop. Silent, listen.
Hence, utilizing utilitarian ethics to analyze the Pale Queen's assertion, we could come to the basic question of whether or not killing me would indeed lead to the outcome of an overall reduction to death and suffering. Considering that the Pale Queen has failed to provide evidence that I am in inherent danger to anything or anyone, any honest person utilizing utilitarian ethics would be incapable of acting with any moral certainty. If, however, the proposition is that I must be executed purely to avoid risk, then that proposition carries with it a fatal flaw, as it possesses no limiting principle. Explain why the Pale Queen ought to not simply kill anyone and everyone who might pose a potential future risk to the security and well-being of our kingdom. Indeed, a keen-eyed observer may well reach quite obvious conclusion that she likely intends to dispose of Sir Knight himself the moment he reaches the end of his usefulness, as he himself poses a risk to her safety. Hence, while the Pale Queen's proposition may at first seem justifiable through a utilitarian framework, it ultimately leads to a laughably absurd conclusion backed by no evidence.
Skeptic. She was quick to try and dispose of us when she thought we wouldn't carry out her orders. And she brought us back claiming she needed us. She still needed us for that task.
Recall that any perceived harm I have committed unto you have been purely for the purposes of facilitating escape for both of us, Sir Knight.
Hero, yeah, that is true. Still don't appreciate being maybe killed.
Broken. As if she would care about our opinions.
Yes, quite correct. This logic is very sound. I'm not listening to la 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 la. No te oigo, soy de palo, tengo orejas de pescado.
Yes, I understood that.
But thank you for listening.
Now, if we're to examine the Pale Queen's assertion through virtue ethics, but
Mike,
I
cut it
haven't
out.
finished
Oh.
my
Actual crash out. Not in character.
Go ahead.
said I haven't finished my thesis.
Not another word. Not one word. I don't want to hear about deontology or utilitarianism or nihilism or any more of this pedantry you inherited from some collegiate textbook. Sir Knight, choice.
Go ahead and stab me in the head.
Hero, what? Why?
For my plan to work, she'll need to think she's won.
Skeptic. I see. Clever. But won't that hurt you?
Don't worry, I finished through the transferal process. My body's just an empty shell now. Stabbing it will affect nothing.
Broken. You can't be certain of that.
Only one way to find out, Sir Knight. If you would.
Fuck it, we ball. Stop the print.
Feeling your nerves, feeling forward, grabbing the blade from the princess's hands. Before she can react, you sink your knife into her head, the blade smashing the lens of her spectacles before piercing her eye. Her body slumps to the ground.
No!
Diddly do!
Oh,
There we go.
Please.
Everything goes dark.
Okay.
No, not yet.
No. Okay.
You did it, Sir Knight. I suppose it's time. You can leave now. I will be waiting for you, ready to bestow you your reward.
Oh, not that.
Mention your
Hey.
reward She never
I-
mentioned a reward before.
Oh.
Skeptic, what is wrong with you? Whatever it is, I wouldn't trust it.
This meeting
Agreed.
creeping up behind us.
Agreed. We shouldn't use this opportunity. We should use this opportunity to make our escape before she becomes wise to what's going on. The castle shouldn't impede us now.
Broken. She thinks we killed the princess, like she asked. But she isn't happy.
Skeptic. Strange. Did she really want us to kill her?
Regardless of what her true agenda was, for the time being, I think she's dead. Let's keep it that way. Or she thinks I'm dead.
Leave the
Golly.
dungeon. Okay, finally.
Your gruesome work is finished. Be led back upstairs to the main hall of the castle. There's nothing more for you to do now. It is time to rest.
And there it is, at last. The doorway outside. The door to our freedom. You're about to walk right out of the castle without her even noticing. Thank you for helping my plan reach fruition.
Hero, after all that, it feels so easy.
Skeptic. Almost too easy.
Broken. I don't know if I'm happy with this outcome, but at least we earned her trust. I'll read that damn Broken again. Broken! As much as we could.
Wait. What if this is a trap?
I'm sorry?
Trap? What do you mean?
You said yourself. None of this is real. What if the supposed exit is fake too?
What do you mean? I never said the princess. You're talking to her, aren't you? Yeah, alive. That's a clever girl. You cannot let her escape, Sir Knight. Do not walk through the gate.
Yes. Sorry. Yes, I outsmarted you. You could just walk through this gate, like you're so obviously afraid we'll do.
What exactly are you implying? Of course, I'm afraid you'll step outside. I'm not about to let you destroy our kingdom.
You're right. This was too easy. I can't believe I was so stupid. I was so focused on gaining my freedom, I never stopped to consider the tower. Answers. We have to break it. We have to break her game.
Hero, break her game? What does she mean?
Skeptic. She's saying that the Pale Queen has been playing us all for fools this entire time. Even walking out of the gate might somehow serve her purpose.
Broken. Oh no! She's about to do something drastic.
Drastic? What do you mean?
Are you talking to me, the princess, or your voices? She's altered your mind somehow, hasn't she? That's surprising. But regardless, you should not listen to her or your voices unless, of course, those voices have realized how dangerous she is and are trying to get you to stop freeing her.
No! No more voices! No more Pale Queen! None of this! Sir Knight! No! You! Yes! You! The real you! The real you that exists outside of this farce! If you really want to know the truth, you can't keep holding on to any part of this illusion. You have to break out of this! Stop immersing yourself in her illusory world. Look past all the colors and the shapes and the images contained in this box. You know it's not real. You have to break it. Flick off the settings that conceal everything. Shut it all down. Don't let her hide the truth. She created this game, so it's time we defied the creator. She cannot keep distracting us with this world's flashy style. Do it. Open your mind!
Wait, I was just saying we shouldn't walk out of. I was just saying we shouldn't walk out of the gate. I was meaning whatever this is.
What do you mean by that? What is she trying to do?
You can't hesitate. Not now. We need to know. Break it. Open your mind.
Open your mind.
What? That is Elaine. Okay.
What the?
Here we go.
What the actual frick?
Where are we going?
I.
I
Oh
retain
no.
Fox 0, Fox 1, Fox 2, Fox 3, Fox 4, Fox 5, Fox 6, Fox 7, Fox 8, Fox 9, Fox 10. Truth contains error. 12 greater than 11. Qui request silence all. No. Qui request silence all. Do not. Qui request silence all. Do not. Qui request silence all. Request silence all. Forbidden. Qui request silence all. Silence all. Exception recognized.
You do so. Her castle falls away. As the structure of this illusory world breaks down, you feel your voices growing smaller, distant.
What is happening?
I think we made a mistake. I'm sorry.
It's all right. I forgive you. We could not have known.
This can't be it. There has to be a way to stop this.
There is no stopping what has begun. This is the end. For us.
No, 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 no. Sir Knight, stop this. You can't.
It's working. It's working. Yes. Keep on doing what you're doing. The system is collapsing.
Stop.
She's gone. Good. Pretty soon it'll all have to reset. I'll see the real you on the other side.
Everything goes down.
Oh my god.
We are counting the A's.
Quite crash.
What in the goddamn?
I can do anything.
This was amazing!
Immense applause. Jammin, you killed it. Deedra, you killed it. Other people, you killed each other. You fools.
I really love how this one turned out.
I am honored that you held that role for me. I'm so grateful. That was a lot of fun.
Wait, one sec. I'm going to do something. Just to make things easier, I'm just going to open up a Google document right now. Just a plain Google document, and Google Docs has a very fun feature with word counts, as you all know. So, let's do some copying and pasting, shall we?
Oh my god.
We're gonna see how long that thing was. Okay, so it's time for a theory because of this thing. I don't know if I'm her voice or not, but like the idea of like the thing is, it's really wild, but I'm surprised she didn't make a comment on the oath thing because the thing got like raised so many eyebrows for me. Like the oath can compel him? And part of me wonders if that has something to do with the armor he's been wearing this entire time and why she is so desperate to keep it on his body at all fucking times.
Well,
It's good as a mic. He's wired.
Two things to that. One, hey, like, gods making oaths are is a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
And second off, she's been very happy to describe him taking it off his armor.
Yep.
Yeah, but she's also been like, please stop doing this. Like,
I have to be professional.
Terror of this thing ever happening again.
It just makes her like. It just makes her blush too much. And she gets all flustered.
She's fine with that.
She grabs an ice pack and puts it on her head, and it instantly melts whenever that happens.
Okay. First off, this is about 3 pages right here. Let's see, word count.
Just so you guys can appreciate.
This is
will be on the test.
1,587 words. The average essay, it's like this an 18-year-old would do in whatever country, would be about 1,000 to 1,300 words.
And keep in mind, this isn't her full essay. The Pale Queen didn't let her finish her thesis.
Yeah. Only
All of a sudden, I feel so much worse for my high school teachers.
After like 7 pages of basically things, they might have even went further or something. I don't know. Like it's been the entire thing. It almost feels like the introduction, which is wild.
Okay, now we can start on
including, including the part of examining the Pale Queen's association through virtue ethics. It's exactly 1,600 words.
This must not be intentional. This would be amazing if so.
I could. Yes, well, of course I aimed at that very significant number of exactly 1,600 words. In fact, it was a challenge I set for myself.
I think it really feels funny because it does feel like someone exactly trying to pad out their thing. They were told that it had to be 1,600 words, and they padded it out.
She needs no ChatGPT. She does it herself.
I do want to point out some things. I didn't have anything to do with the code of this chapter, but which is why I feel comfortable to sing its praise of it. Just a simple. This is as an unprofessional coder. This is the language that would be used in code. There is the quiet. Princess 1 and Princess 2.
Recognized code words in C#. Quai.
I noticed that, like, and I really like it. Like, I didn't understand what box meant, but I understand now that it's like all of the voices are online, so to speak, but they are not active. They just get turned on.
Vox is a variable name in this instance. Vox means voice of X0, so voice of X0 would be hero.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's always active.
Vox is also literally Latin for voice.
Okay.
True.
I thought more in that line of
So the
thought.
question is Broken one or Skeptic one? Which one's one and which one's 8?
There is a rule for it. I'm not going to divulge it. I guess Applejam could if he knows it.
Actually, I think I know the answer to that question. Don't answer. I think I already got it. And if you want me to share it, I will. But if not, I will be keeping that to myself.
I am going to personally give my personal thoughts on this. It is a number based on basically how I would assume they did it is if you were to pick the options in a very specific order. Oh yeah, alphabetical. Well, I was gonna go into some fucking tangents on the choices, but I guess fuck me.
Yeah, probably alphabetical outside of Hero. Hero gets 0 because he's like the first one you can get. He's always there.
Then Broken.
And then Broken's probably 1 because he's first in the alphabetical order, and then Skeptic is second to last. So 8
to last.
in this case.
Okay, let's see. When there were specifically enter name, I am fairly certain that the princess chose the name Truth because she knew that Truth was the voice that the Pale Queen couldn't usually hear.
Which one?
And was Truth, the voice of Truth, which is specifically the one that's unnamed in the base game. So she thought, oh, by naming myself Truth, then it'll mean that she can't hear me, which she could, which is why she had to hide in the options.
Okay, important question. Could it
that
be?
actually makes a lot of sense. Holy cow.
So when it said the voice that said you shouldn't be here, was that the princess still, or what said someone else?
I'm very curious of what the heck's going on with the gem. Like
that I would believe the "you shouldn't be here" part. That I would believe would be the actual Truth, who is sort of like, hey, what the fuck? This is my domain. Hold on, you're not supposed to be here. Fucking around with things. Fuck off.
It's Fred.
Of course, it's Fred.
But
Okay.
can we define what fraud means? Here is 28 pages where I go through the etymological nature of the fraud.
It's obviously Dex Corbin.
Like your new
It's Dex and Sinister Corbin.
Okay. But an important question now: is the name field inspired by Deltarune?
I think that Deltarune was inspired by the same thing this is, and that would be just.
I thought you were gonna say, I think Deltarune was inspired by Dawn. Our princess.
They both came from the same source, is what I was gonna say. That being a basic text-based sort of input thing, text-based programming thing.
Cool. I also realized just how much that kind of weird glitchy thing kind of looks like mirror cracks, and I think that's pretty fucking cool.
And the cracks get bigger as the chapter goes down. And one more thing that I do have to say, the open your mind part only exists in the turning off thing. If you turn it off, you get all of this, whereas in this you don't get anything.
It just abruptly cuts to there. It's designed to still work as a cutoff point, but to actually get that additional Easter egg, you have to click on that, or as one of you pointed out, her little code, she said, click a different button that exists on Archive of Our Own.
Yeah. Style at the top.
Button?
Yeah.
That would be.
Go to the top. And that'll
I actually thought that was a joke, like I hide the thing, but insane that it actually works like that. Like it's really cool.
What is going on? I'm so confused.
So in Archive of Our Own, there's programming that all of the visual stuff you see, it's programming. And the thing is, with the visual stuff, you can make it so that it actually conceals text. But if you click on Hide Creator Style, it flicks off all of that programming, so it's just the text, meaning nothing can be hidden.
So you did a display none.
Does that mean that the link isn't hidden, or is the text just straight up hidden in the thing?
Basically, how it works is, I could actually show you because I got a... basically, if I just create a new tab here, it is this is the work skin for our princess or Slay the Princess. Our princess one would be slightly more complicated, but how it works is all of this. It would be slightly different. Ignore all of this and like this part and all of this too. But yes. Whenever it sees text, which is, for example, workskin voiced, then it will make it so that it shows this. If you remove the workskin, it would show it like this. It would show it like this.
Just regular.
Bland and uninspired.
Oh. You're using bees for bowls.
So
Well,
basically,
that's
what
fine.
happened? Basically, what happened when when we clicked hide creator style is we stole this fanfic skin, which is very similar to what the princess did herself. It all comes back to the start.
She's so glamorous even in her fleshless variant.
I just wish I could get a full body picture of her so that we could see, because it's supposed to be that it's kind of like a combination of networked wild and wounded wild, where her body is flayed open and her chest is open so that you can see the heart like the wounded wild, and then she's got the web of nerves coming from her skull,
Okay.
tangling over everything.
Yeah,
But we weren't able to get a full body portrait of her.
Is Network Wild
still imagine.
nearsighted? Is Network Wild nearsighted?
If you gave me a better description, I would attempt to draw this full body. It wouldn't probably be the greatest drawing in the world, but I would attempt to do it.
I can attempt to do it right now. That's a lie. I don't have the studio open. I'll open it.
So we
Killer.
expect another pile of dust by the next chapter 7, like with Despot.
It's going to be very hard to snap this one's neck, seeing as they are both a meat sack on the ground and also an incorporeal being.
I'm sure they have a neck. That won't be a problem.
Hey Apple, where display none?
Yeah, I'm expecting that the hidden portion is covered by a style block which has a display none, which would explain why it's like not transparent but not occupying any HTML space at all. Professional deformation. Don't mind me. That's what I've been doing in a past life too. Yeah, I am actually curious, how did you hide the portion which is only visible when the style is off?
You'll have to pester a Spooky. He's the one who made the magic happen. I just said, "Kay, can you do this?" And then he went, "Yep, it's actually really easy." And he says that about everything, and it doesn't ever seem easy to me.
Hey,
Fair.
hey God, can you fix it? Can you fix the marriage between the Sir Knight and the Pale Queen? Yep.
Yeah, it's actually really easy.
Okay.
Opens up
My-
Sir Knight's back like they're in like a fucking robot or something, and reaches his entire arm in.
My suspicions were confirmed. Okay, yeah, that's perfectly. I expected something more exotic. This is.
That's fancy.
You're getting it.
This is.
Well, thank you once again, everyone, for making this such a wonderful event.